What is poetry? It is a difficult question, yet it comes with interesting answers. To move from this point, let's look at what others have said about poetry. It was Percy Shelley that says that poetry is indeed something divine. She said that in her 1821 essay, A Defense of Poetry. Also, Dylan Thomas said that poetry is what makes his body so cold that no fire can ever warm him. When people listen to poetry, the last thing that comes to mind is the definition of the act itself. But what it does to them, how the string of words reveal themselves in a unique but personal way, makes poetry poetry. Today on Book Splash, there will be a splash of poetry across generations. There will be a blend of known names and the strength of their lines with the new names and the audacity of their ideas. My name is Efelo Akwadini, and I welcome you to Book Splash on the Integrity Station Splash 105.5 FM. All we have on the program today is a splash of poetry. To set the ball rolling is the master himself, Professor Wole Soyinka, in this one he calls Lost Poems.
This is Lost Poems. I think frustrated by the fact that I tended to lose scraps of poems still in the making before they're finished and so on. I decided to take my revenge and just compensate myself by writing a poem to my lost poems. I think sometimes of poems I have lost. Maybe their loss it was that saved the world. Still, they do get lost. And I recall them only when a fragment levitates behind discarded invoices, the black-rimmed notice of a last goodbye, a birth, a wedding invitation, and other milestones of a lesser kind. The moment torments. Why? Beyond an instant's passion, dubious flash, satori in a bar, taxi or restaurant, an airport waiting lounge that births the scribble on a stained napkin. What cast of the ephemeral once resonates, then spurns the mind the morning after? All that survives mimics a wrinkled petal pressed between pages of long discarded books. A falling leaf trapped briefly by the passing sun, it flashes a mere shard of memory, but filled with wistful accusations of abandonment. Too late, no life to it. The book is closed, the moment's exaltation or despair drowned in wine rivers, shriveled in suns of greater wars. I turn these scrapbooks of a moment's truth to cinders, their curlings curse in smoke, one small fugitive beyond recall of usurper's summons by the morning after. I think of voices I have lost and touches, the fleeting brush of eyes that burrows deep within the heart of need, the pledge unspoken, the more than acts of faith that forge an instant world in silent pact with strangers. Deeper, deeper bonds than the dearest love's embrace.
That was Soyinka rendering Lost Poems. The next poet is Professor Niyi Osundare. Though he is a dramatist and a literary critic, he is best known for his poems. He has many collections of poetry, including Songs of the Season, Waiting Laughters, Songs of a Marketplace, and Tender Moments. Here is a poem he titles People Are My Clothes.
Tí mo bá bójú ẹ̀yìn tí mo rẹ́ni mi, ènìyàn láṣọ mi, inú mi á dùn, ara mi á yá gágá, ènìyàn láṣọ mi. People are my clothes. People are my clothes. When I look right, when I look left, when I look back and see my folks, My head swells like a jubilant mountain. My heart leaps in infinite joy. People are my clothes. My raiment dwells the loom of teeming crowds. I am the alligator pepper seed with seedlings, too numerous for the numbering eye. I'm a seminal drop in the bowl of the sea, a thread in the loom of the sky. People are my clothes. My raiment dwells the loom of teeming folds. Let people be my clothes, as the savannah grass secures the deer. Let people be my robe, as the plumage surrounds the bird. Not for me the porcupine, which peeps at the world from a bunker of thorns. Not for me the tortoise, whose carapace sharpens a sword around its neck. People are my clothes. My raiment dwells the loom of teeming folds. One muscle can never make a fist. One finger cannot retrieve a falling needle. One leg cannot win a race. One broomstick can never sweep the marketplace. A hyena will come to grief in the flock of resolute sheep. A lone tree cannot stand the fury of the desert storm. That masquerade who strays too far from its followers soon loses its mask in a rude, unholy lane. With many steps, the foot will tame the tyranny of the road. With all the fingers, the hand will grab the mightiest machete. From that machete, let twilight come to the tree of pain. People are my clothes. My raiment dwells the loom of teeming crowds. People are my clothes. People are my clothes. My billowy brocade, my sumptuous silk. My loom is the thronging street, busy workbenches, farmlands of fruiting trees. Its shuttle is the careful word which runs life's thread from coast to coast, from coast to coast, from coast to. A song swells in my throat, awaiting the chorus of a waking world. People are my clothes. My raiment dwells the loom of teeming crowds.
That was Professor Niyi Osundare with his poem, People Are My Clothes. The next poet doesn't belong to the generation of the Soyinkas or the Osundares. He is a younger, accomplished literati, more popular for his novels, and he is a known name in creative literature, especially in the diaspora. His name is Chris Bani.
Some short poems. A letter to Robert Pinsky. This is wood, enchanted wood. Still the fire scorches and we say wood. Still the pain burns from the club and then we say wood. Still the planks dovetail and we caress the smooth and the rough, sensuous, delectable and yet sorrowful, and then we say wood. Patterns. The heart is the dance. If you steal a drum, where will you play it? A moving arm stems from the body, a hot thing. Over there, smoke goes up. Over there, smoke goes up. Can you catch hold of a shadow? And can you follow the road until it ends? An ugly person cannot be put back in the womb. An ancient name cannot be cooked and eaten. And the dying of the heart is unshared, a hot thing. A very short poem. Revenant. 4. A Chicago Tribune obituary. In lieu of flowers, please send acerbic letters to Republicans. Changing times. Epigraph. These are the days of miracles and wonder. Paul Simon, Graceland. 3-minute spaghetti. Boil in the bag fish. Pot noodle. A mug of bachelor's instant soup. Amaze me nearly as much as microwaves, my new laptop, and the enduring power of Coltrane's A Love Supreme and Miles's Can of Blue. And it's not that I have lowered my standards with a too grateful palate, or that much espoused masculine fascination for new toys and old jazz. But I'm learning to taste my life without judgment, I think. Thank you.
That was Chris Abani reciting his poetry. But just before we go, let's take this from Odia Ofiemu, the poet. He is busy with politics now, but I can say that the poet will never dine in.
My name is Odia Ofiemu. Yes, the poem is titled Song. It is the first in a collection called A Handle for the Flautist. And it's the kind of poem you're asked if your country was a woman, what kind of poem would you write for her? It says, you are the sandstorm beneath my skin, the salt in the raw bleeding flesh. You are the flagellation and the herb. You are the hurricane of my restless nights, the conversation that soon becomes an argument. You are the flagellation and the herb. Into your cup, my life runs ever-flowingly. Into your agitated arms, my Duran mirror. You are the flagellation and the herb. And when I kneel, it is for you I crave. You are my song. I know no other. My name is Odia Ofiemu. Keep listening to Book Splash on Splash FM.
It's time to take a commercial break. The program is Book Splash on Splash 105.5 FM. My name is Ifuluwapo Adeniyi. I'll be back. Yes, I welcome you back from that break. It's still Book Splash on the Integrity Station, Splash 105.5 FM. My name is Ifuluwapo Adeniyi. I'm still on poems by Nigerians in an edition of Book Splash that I call the Splash of Poetry. I haven't listened to Wole Soyinka, Niyi Osundare, Odia Ofiemu, and Chris Abani in the first part of this program. Let's take a listen to Jumoke Verisimo in this one that she calls Ajani.
Ajani, cursing my screaming blood, cutting my waves of resistance, I become a stream, the stream flowing with no water. I am a stream with no course, a maiden with charred beads, memory of kept away affection. Ajani, the beads on my waist, the heat of my passion, the pleasure of my ache. The memory of a burning groin, the beads of waiting, the beads of wanting, the beads are weighty, I wait. My waist pines for your searing. It is burdened by despised beads which lightens in your admiration, in your touch. My singed waist comes alive, my bead becomes my flesh. Ajani, you are colonels. My aftertaste of loin tussle, sweetness that follows bitterness. There is no memory without you. You are the storehouse of a quest. When tomorrow calls for yesterday, it is your name I call. Ajani, Ajani, you are the tingling aftertaste. You are colonels. I taste you. Do I linger on your tongue too? Do I tingle? When amnesia creeps in like surprise rain, it is your name that I call. Ajani, do you touch me to touch yourself? Do you remember our touch? Do you remember the name of fun? The one we learned when cast to the grief of a world swallowed in regard of itself. I know you, Ajani, I learnt you. When you touch, I freeze.
That was Ajani, a love poem by Jumoke Verisimo. The next poem is also a love poem, for love could be pain or gain. This poem haunts a country where values have changed and life is short, nasty and brutish. Let's listen to Paula Lowo in this one that he calls I Know a Country.
I know a country. Let me tell you a tale of a beautiful black territory. This tale might make your face pale, but it is the totality of reality. I know a country whose leaders are sadistic and greedy, extremely egocentric, and toys with the nation's treasury. I know a country whose leaders poke the eyes of justice with their skeletal tongue of injustice. They slaughter the truth at the abattoir of service, spicing it up with malodorous fragrance, feeding the citizens with ephemeral promises, leaving them in a state of despondency on a territory filled with earth's glory. Alas, presenting opportunity that holds the cost. I know a country, a stronghold of abundant human drudgery, where terrorists terrifies terribly, killing young and old, going scot-free. I know a country where then is to proclaim liberty, of what essence is to preach equity, when the spirit of democracy lies in the sepulchre of autocracy. And then I ask, this I find difficult to comprehend. Why citizens with power dig the grave of their future with their skeletal tomb of ignorance. Nigeria yìí tí gbogbo wa ní, ó máa gbọ́dọ̀ bàjẹ́, torí kò sí ibòmíràn tí a lè lọ, àjò ò lè dàbí ilé, ẹ jẹ́ ká sowọ́pọ̀ ká fìmọ̀ ṣọ̀kan gbé gbé.
It's becoming more interesting now, and that is why this next poem will excite you. It belongs to the generation of spoken word poets, a genre that is gaining ground in Nigeria. His name is Graciano, and he calls it Skimpy Things. Listen and enjoy.
I was told that protocols exist, people stand on them, and others just observe them. So let me stand on their protocols. All right. I'll do Aquila's Skimpy Things first. The two halves of her soft coconut stared at me through that sheer blouse that covered them inadequately for me to see the two pistols called nipples point blank at me seductively, wearing those skimpy things. No bra to complicate the visual algebra of my imagination, so the answers to my carnal questions stood out clearly for me to see but not touch. Temptations come in threes, at home, at school, at church. Such are the awkward stirrings of the crotch. But get nothing special about those consummate curves, those limits are infinity. Or those creamy inner thighs that meet at that point where man meets divinity. Because I've seen them all within my vicinity. In bomb shots, short skirts and short gowns. In showback, spaghetti and showbele. In no hands and no nothing, in no zip and no nothing. I've seen them all. Ask Helen Paul, when they go down low, when they stand up tall, when they can't sit down without crossing legs because of all those skimpy things. I wonder how many homes you've broken, how many accidents you've caused, how many times this week you've opened that your black hole just to fill your purple Prada purse. The futures of our fat fashion females is fading fast. Now that this crowd mentality has become our cloud overcast, so we cannot see the futility in putting vanity above reality. Which of our father's proverbs have we misunderstood? Who taught us that going nude is looking good and naughty was nice? Who tricked us into believing the lie that living in a lie is fly? Oh, my African child, she's being used, misused, and abused. I can still hear her mama screaming, crying as she roams the naked street confused, yet unwilling to try. Forgetting dreams and goals, chasing money men and South Poles. Someone please tell these hoes to put some clothes because condoms have holes. Tell them to put on good manners before their Dolce and Gabbanas. Tell them that all those free expensive Hennessy, catfish and red labels will only label them as cheap. Their innocence and dignity slaughtered in hotel room bed sheet, where they write their test and exam instead of an exam halls or an answer sheet. Skimpy things are crazy, so brothers be weary. Skimpy things are cheap, but they cut real deep. They stand at GRA from night till day, and when the brother pass, they be like, honey, hey. Skimpy things are sophisticated, forming foreign accents, UK educated. I can cook up clean, just got my nails painted. See, with skimpy things, easy access is guaranteed, but fidelity is not. She might take you to the zenith of pleasures, but you are definitely not the first. Can you hear the echo? Her heart is hollow. See, searching for love beneath her skimpy things is like searching for diamonds in oceanic illusions. She may have no guns, but she'll rub you blind with lies. The bedroom is her enterprise. Skimpy things are her selling point. No credit facilities in this body business. Yet, the interest continues to rise. She would kill you, steal your love, and leave you, but you can't leave them. So pray every day as we say, Lord, save us. Save us from this 17, 18, 19, skimpy 17, 18, 19. Thank you.
And that was Graciano with Skimpy Things. Poetry is so complete that it engages even the most absurd concerns for grounding great issues that they embody. And that is why this poet with the name Agarao simplifies a great subject in his poetry.
I go always pray for you. I go always pray for you. Make the grace of Jesus see you through. Aduke, I go always pray for you. I see more storms gathering, dark clouds overing. This torrent seems to be overcoming, but Aduke, I go to pray for you. For weeks now, I know you must have been wondering where I've been. Well, I've been confined to this world, separated by iron bars. My faith has been shattered by the claws of injustice, dangling on the fingers of this country. So, Aduke, pray for me. The breeze of a long-awaited cacophony has finally reached the field of my eardrum. That Papa died of diabetes isn't shocking. What could have killed him if not cassava and its produce? Aduke, how's the funeral arrangement? And how's the refreshment? I just hope it won't be about for his funeral again. But if it is, I am sure that is all we have anyway. But what I did to deserve this love was refusing to bend the corruption stone. I was trekking from Bariga to Solo in search of a greener pasture when I met this man in black who begged for a coin. I said I had none and I was charged for nothing. Maybe overtrekking or loitering, but sincerely, Aduke, I did nothing. I did nothing. Aduke, how's my junior doing? And how's my matter? You know, I don't have this money, so we can't take injustice for a sou. Aduke, I have to go now before I'm in charge for overwriting. I got to pray for you, Aduke. Please remember to pray for me too.
And let's end this splash of poetry with chemistry. There is nothing to describe this.
Dedicated to Wasila Tasha. I don't know if we know her, but I'll just have to tell you. She's the child bride who killed her husband with rat poison. So, as we are calling for our government to bring back our girls, the same way I'm reminding us that there are a lot of girls suffering from abuse too. They are home. They are not enjoying the same thing that we're asking those who are still far away in Chibok. They are not enjoying what we expect them to have too. I raised my mind to the level of the sky, hoping to meet hope. But hope was more than before I could remember what I was hoping for. Still, all I gotta do is keep hoping because I don't know how to stop hoping if nothing is happening. What if I lose my mind to the silence that fear has taught me, after losing my life to the brutality that my country has taught me? Like knowing you're right is a crime, being alive is not right. Nothing is ever close to being right then. Why were we all ushered in here in the first place if knowing when and now to die is the real race? I thought my government teacher said the word franchise means when a citizen is above 18, he or she have the right to vote or to be voted for. But maybe the right of a citizen is a false topic in a government textbook, or everything about rights is a country's taboo. I don't know, but I do know that the moment a baby is born, is our own thing, is our own fears, but designed for him or her to nurse, like many of us who crawl through childhood but never experienced it because our childhood was stolen from us. For real confirmation, just peruse the skirts of Wasila Tashi, you discover that our childhood was raped by our own parents by a grown man born some centuries ago. So how can an angel be divine when divinity was torn from the inside? It seems like we are all born here to work and find our own foe and rise to die for others. Keep claiming death are the monster. They are the real monster. So don't try to blame death. Even death is a victim. Even death is a victim. The time for death to emerge is the only mystery that rests on uncertainty. Yes, knowing you're right is a crime. Being alive is not right. Nothing is ever close to being right then. Why were we all ushered in here in the first place if knowing when and now to die is the real race? They told us that we committed our rights and we believed them. So we believe them and keep sitting back and watch our country splitting on bloods and wet tie and what with diseases that fly eyes when there's nowhere to go. We keep shouting along for who to bring back the girls where the other chapter of doom or the next scene of abuse, please. Knowing you're right is a crime. Being alive is not right. Nothing is ever close to being right. Then why were we all ushered in here in the first place, even knowing when and now to die is the real race?
I'll ask again, what is poetry? Is it the construction of words built on ideas, lavished with imagery, metaphors, and innuendos? Is it the sounds of things that were, that are, and that are to come? Is it a mirror of life, of death, of being, of nothing, of afterlife, or no life at all? Is poetry a charm that raises under the skin and then brings the goosebumps to life? Is it a chant of mad men and women signifying nothing, fully in a material world where hunger is fed with anything but empty words? Is this definition of poetry even poetry itself? Whatever you make poetry to be, whatever it seems to you, appreciate it and enjoy it. And that ends today's edition of Book Splash on the Integrity Station, Splash 105.5 FM. For comments, you can send your mails to Ayadini and splashfm1055.com, or you can send text messages to 0705 439 3302. 0705 439 3302. The sound engineer is Tobi Oresongo. My name is Ifeoluwapo Adeniyi. Have a lovely day and bye-bye.